The background's going to go through a lot of different changes over the next couple of weeks. We'll figure it out eventually for backgrounds and whatnot. Anyways, it's that time again. You know what it is. We're going to start off with the Unlimits. We're going to start it off with Trickstar Light Stage. This card was brought back to 2 on the last list and haven't been doing anything. The reason why it was hit in the first place wasn't even Trickstar's fault. It was because of Orcust shenanigans, getting 2 monsters with different names onto the board, going to Nightmare Phoenix, and then full Orcust combo. But that strategy isn't viable anymore. It was brought back to 2 on the last list, and it didn't do anything. It's gonna suck getting reincarnations rolled slightly more often, but Trickstars aren't really around at the moment, and I don't think they're gonna come back to a threatening degree by having 3 light stages. 3 light stages is just not gonna change that. It just isn't. A card that I thought was kind of hit unjustly was Pot of Desires. I think Pot of Desires is a really well balanced card around the fact they have to banish a quarter of your deck to draw 2 cards. A quarter deck in most cases. This card isn't going to cause any issues. It's fine. They put it in the quarantine zone just in case on the last list, and rest assured, Konami, it's not going to do that much. I still don't fully understand why it was limited in the first place, but here we are. With every list they've released, more and more Trijaco stuff has been coming off the list slowly. But surely. Last list they brought Dynamite Knight back to 2, and I fully expect it to go to 3 this next list. It can come back to 3, and it's not really going to have any issues. The only real issue with Trijaco is the god-awful amount of floodgates they can run and tribute, but floodgates are a problem anyways with decks that can run them in the first place. Trijaco just has the ability to tribute those floodgates away. With hits to Lairlusk, Tri-Brigade really isn't doing a whole lot at the moment, from what I can tell. The most I've seen them do is be combined with Melfi, for the most part. With that said, I think Fire from Shintenki can come back to 3 with pretty much no issue. It's a Rhoda for Beast Warriors that can be disrupted with other things that's not just Ash Blossom, like MST, Twin Twisters, and so on and so forth, because it's not a normal spell card, it's a continuous spell card. Plus, Zodiacs were hit super hard, with Trident being rebanned, and Barrage being banned, and Tri-Brigade Kit come out in the Megatins. I think this makes a lot of sense. Lastly, Wall of Revealing Light. It's not doing anything at the moment at 2, and I don't see any reason why it would do anything at 3. It's more than likely fine at this point. There's no reason for it to be at 2 or 1. Semi-limits. Going the route of Master Duel. Soundman Great Gazelle to 2. They've been doing the same thing with Soundman Greats as they've been doing with Trijaco, and slowly releasing more cards off the list. I see Gazelle as no exception, and having 2 in the deck would mean that you are a lot less likely to banish Gazelle that you need off the Desires, and when you don't draw into Soundman Great Circle for the turn. A card that they can bring into quarantine is Spiral Resort. The deck has been dead ever since Master Plan has been banned, in that ban list that was released shortly after a worldwide spread of a certain something. That was nearly 3 years ago. The deck has been dead ever since then. There's no reason for Spiral Resort to be limited anymore. Quick Fix is still limited, and Master Plan is banned. There's no reason for this card to be on this list. I don't think there's going to be any issues as long as those 2 cards remain where they are. Limits. So, Sprite is too new of a deck to hit outright, so I think they're going to try to kind of do some stuff around the deck. I think they're going to start off with the OCG route and limit Toad back to 1 until they eventually decide to ban it, if it doesn't get banned this list. I don't think this is the correct hit, but Fright is still too new of a deck to hit outright. Either A, they're gonna do something with Totally Awesome, or B, they're gonna do something with one of the other Frog pieces. Probably Swap Frog being limited. But either way, Toad to 1, or Banned, or Swap to 1 is kind of a indirect way to hit the deck. Just ABC and Toad get hit in Japan unjustifiably, and it's even happened here a couple times, so I kind of expect it to happen again, at least with the Toad engine. In one of my previous videos, I had mentioned that Thunder Dragon KarLos takes away far too much from an essential game mechanic. However, one of the problems with KarLos was that Thunder Dragons were bringing out multiple Kolossi in a format that didn't really have one card blanket negates that can't be responded to. Forbidden Droplets and Ultimate Slayer just didn't exist in the time of KarLos, and Dark Ruler No More was still a new card just before KarLos got hit. And KarLos could protect itself with its effects still live if you hit one but not in the other. So with that said, KarLos at 1 should be fine in this format. We have cards like Forbidden Droplet, Ultimate Slayer, and Dark Ruler No More, and even Lava Golem in the format to kind of respond to it. And an honorable mention to Metal Foes Electromite. I think I said it in my last prediction video that Electromite would come to 1 to promote a new Pendulum deck, and here we are again with Konami releasing another Pendulum deck, and everyone's getting into hyperbole about Electromite coming back to 1. I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. Bans. I would really like to put D-Shifter on this list, but it just got announced for the Megatins, and that's just not happening. Konami kind of wants to sell their product. I mean, we could get a ban list after the Megatin releases, and like a couple months from now, and after Konami sold the Megatin, and then they banned D-Shifter and all those problematic cards, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But what might happen is Barrier Statue of Stormwinds getting banned. Now, all the Barrier Statues are a bit of a problem. Not being able to special summon, except for that particular attribute, is a little insane. The reason why Stormwinds in particular needs to be hit is because of Flunderies. And if you search out in Flunderies, and they don't care about special summoning. Their entire gimmick is normal summon.deck. Why should a deck have both a searchable floodgate and a lingering effect that banishes all cards? They shouldn't. A hit on the last list that really didn't do enough, Halki Firebrax. It's just far too much of an enabler for crazy, wacky combos. Synchro related or not, even at 1, it's creating problems that could easily be fixed by just banning the card outright. As mentioned with Thunder Dragon KarLos, taking away key game mechanics is a problem. A card that fits this bill is Artifact Scythe. That card should be banned outright. Scythe is just making the game not fun for anyone. Like, I've seen plenty of decks send Scythe to the graveyard to revive it during the standby phase with Baron de Floor. Last card. I've been saying it for a while. I have 2 videos dedicated to why this card should be banned. A single Floodgate shouldn't be able to win you the game on its own. A good chunk of the top spots in recent events have been running this card. And even one, YCS Rio. No beating around the bush. Mystic Mine needs to be banned outright. It keeps dodging the ban list somehow, and there's no excuse this time around. Even in just a limit, which I don't think is anywhere near enough, by the way, but at least a limitation to Mystic Mine. Just something. Just something to hit this card at this point. Like, at this point, we're just kind of just playing with Konami. At least a limitation. At least limit the card. We prefer ban, but at least a limit would be a step in the right direction. The card creates a toxic game state. And anyone who runs it knows it. Like, running it out, sure. Is it enough? No. Oftentimes, no, it's not enough. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you thought down below in the comment section. And while you're down there, subscribe to the channel. And reminder, I'll be changing my name from Maxed Out Weird to Race Duelist in October. If you want to know why, check out my last video. I will warn you that the video does deal with heavy topics, so just keep that in mind before watching the video. Anyways, my name is Vincent, and I will see you all next time. Peace.